we are going to be doing another video today on the troops choices within the Chaos Space Marine Codex, 6th edition. And our next ones under scrutiny are the 1,000 Suns. Now, I've never personally played with 1,000 Suns. I've played against them once. And that was a long time ago, before I actually knew their good qualities and their bad qualities. Sorry, let me turn the screen up a bit. Several things about them. They're almost exactly the same as they were in 5th edition, apart from they have even more things than before. They're all fearless, all got a 4-up invulnerable, so things like large blasts don't affect them as much, which is useful. They for some reason have veterans of the Long War, which I don't understand, because they are fearless to start with, so they gain nothing from the +1 leadership, and they are not a combat unit in any respect whatsoever. So what's the point of having rerolls in the first round of combat against Space Marines? I find that the most pointless thing that's been given. It's 150 points for 5 of these guys, or 265 for 10. I'd personally go for 7 or 8, because you hit around the 200 points mark. You're not massively expensive, and you're not undermanned in the squad. Each squad comes with its own aspiring champion, that mastery level 1, that has to roll on the Tzeentch table. I'm not much of a fan of the Tzeentch table. Out of the 2 powers, well, the 4 powers, apologies, I would say if you are fighting a mechanised army, like lots of tanks and things like that, I'd say Doombolt would be the best for your champion Psykers to have. If you are not fighting against a mechanised army, I'd say the Primus power, the Firestorm, is the best one. If you're fighting hordes or anything like that, you get to hit the troops, kill a few. It's same range as your bolters. You can help take some out. Boon of Mutation isn't useful for these guys. Why would your 1 wound Sorcerer of Tzeentch need a Boon of Mutation? He doesn't need it. He's already got his force weapon. He's got a 4-up invulnerable. He has 1 psychic power. He doesn't need anything else. One thing to note is your sorcerers cannot take any upgrades from the rewards section or anything like that. Also, you can take an Icon of Flame for 15 points. I wouldn't bother, because your bolt guns are AP3, which is the biggest thing about these guys. They have AP3 bolt guns, killing everything, or well, denying armor saves up to Terminators, and having that 4-up invulnerable, which is useful. I'm putting psychic things with Tzeentch today, because they are meant to be the Chaos Lords of the psychic power realm for them. And I want to talk about what psychic powers would suit this army. Seeing as though they have a lot of AP3 weaponry if you go for Tzeentch squads, you won't need that much and more anti-infantry, because your squads already have the AP3. If you want to support that AP3, I'd say take a couple of Hell Drakes with the Bale Flame, because that's strength 6 AP3, so it's again supporting them. Also, that they can fly forward and go out further than their 24-inch range. Also, if you remember me saying, if you're going to take a Tzeentch army, have at least 1 sorcerer with psychic level 3, and if you want, you take Araman. I think that's better, the best choices, because you have 7 psychic powers from them, and then 2 extra or more from your characters in your squads. I've laid out a little way of how I would arrange my Tzeentch squad. I shall just turn this down. This is the way I would arrange the squad. This man here is classed as the champion sorcerer. I've arranged this because if he gets the beam power, if he goes through that man like that man will be hit by a strength 8 AP1. Although he has a 4-up invulnerable, that then decreases your strength of that shot by 1. So you can have fire range from here all the way to here, from here all the way to here. So you have quite a nice arc, and you can even try and get a small one. Sorry, I'll swap around so you can see. Small one over here. Also, this stops if shots are coming in. This stops your character dying. I know you have lookout sirs, but you always want him to live because he's a sorcerer and he's got a force weapon. He won't have a fist like that. These are actually Night Lords. These are not my Tzeentch. I never have a Tzeentch. They're not my style, for many reasons. But you want them like this, each spaced the glorious 2 inches apart. So small blasts, we only get 1, no matter who we land on. Large blasts, unfortunately, would be able to get 4 or 5, but then they have to scatter. They can get no more than 5 in 1 hit. And also, it's 2s to wound, so 4 or 5 will wound, depending on what strength it is, if it's like strength 8 or 9 or 10. But then 2 men will die because you've got 4 up invuln, so your statistics are halved. So it's chopped in 2 how many people die. Also, the shot from him is about 18 inches. There's 2 inches there between these 2 lines. Then his shot is actually 16 inches, which isn't that far away. So it's very good for if you're close to being assaulted or if there's a tank around. This is how I would also always set up. Setting up in terrain, it doesn't really matter that much because you have your 4 up invulnerable, but I won't take that as an excuse to just set these up out in the open willy-nilly, as you just open them up to be shot at for all 6 turns whenever your opponent wants to. Sorry, I'll turn this up now. Also, for psychic powers for Tzeentch, psychic powers to go alongside with Tzeentch, I strongly recommend Biomancy, because Iron Arm on your Sorcerer Lord or Iron Man will make them capable of combat. Enfeeble is probably your greatest power in this, I think, because it's -1 strength and toughness to your opponent. Auto hits within 24 inch. So you can -1 to his toughness, shoot him, hit him on 3s, wound him on 3s, and deny his armor save. So that's from 10 shots, 7 hit, 5 wound, 5 dead. That's from 24 inch away. That's a nice amount of shooting, because normally with bolt guns you have 7 hit, 4 wound, 1 dead. Endurance is very nice to pass out to friendly characters, giving them feel no pain and it will not die. So it's like if Iron Man gets it gets a 4 up, 5 up, 5 up. Or if your other sorcerer gets it, he also gets a 4 up, 5 up, 5 up. However, remember it will not die goes at the end of the turn. So if you die before it will not die, you can't roll them. Leech Life is also quite nice because you gain wounds back from shots. Smite is a nice Primus power in my book. It's a bit weak. You have to roll to pass, roll to hit, roll to wound. But you're still AP2, so you're denying everyone's armor save. Warp Speed is another good one because if you get Iron Arm and Warp Speed and you double bless yourself, and then you cast Enfeeble on your target and go in and charge them, you are going to kick quite a lot of people in. I don't really rate Hemorrhage. If I got Hemorrhage, I'd switch it for the Primus power, because I don't really like it that much. Another one that I think also helps Tzeentch benefit, but not as much, is the Pyromancy. It's all to do with fire. The first one allows you a 4 up invulnerable and +2 strength. Now everyone's already got a 4 up invulnerable, but the +2 strength is quite useful. Soul Blaze, again, I wouldn't rate it as anything useful to go on. But the +2 strength, does it make it usable? I'd say for your Sorcerer Lord with Power Sword, it would. Because then he's Strength 6, AP 3. Not so much on Araman, because Araman could take it to make him Strength 8, and then he could have a bash at some a Dreadnought or something. But if you give him Strength 8 and then he receives Iron Arm, he can easily be Strength 10 with a Force Weapon, which is instant death in all Toughness 5s and below. That's quite a power-up thing, and you have to get it in the right circumstance and everything like that. Fire Shield, I don't really rate it for this army because it's a 4-up cover save. You already have 4-up invulnerable. Why do you need a 4-up cover as well? Mind you, if you get charged, your enemy suffers 2d6 strength 4 hits, resolved at Hammer of Wrath, so you can overwatch them with AP3 bolters, and then get an average of about 7 or 8 hits with strength 4 from them charging you. It allows your unit to probably soak up the charge better, kill a few more of them, because you're not going to do that much in combat. Inferno, I don't like it. I think it's stupid. Spontaneous Combustion is nice because you get to pick out an enemy model, say if it's the one with the Flamer, or the Plasma Gun, or the Champion. Take a wound off him. If he dies, then put a blast over. It's quite useful. The Primus Power, Flaming Breath, I don't see a point for that. I'd swap Inferno for it if I thought, these guys are going to get close, but if they're not, then I just might as well keep Inferno. Sunburst, I like it, but it doesn't suit Tzeentch at all, because why would you want yourself within a range of 6 inches of your opponent? That won't happen with Tzeentch. Malt Beam is just exactly the same as the Tzeentch version, but less range, and it's Melter, so you're counting on that 6 inch. Again, why you're so close to people. I don't see the point of it. I'd happily swap that for something else, or hopefully get something else. Telepathy is the last one you get. There's only a few on this I like. I like the invisibility, but that helps with units running across the board. I like hallucination because it helps with slowing down your enemy. I like with Terrify because it can mess up some their greatest unit. Like if you make a unit of orcs, say 20 or 30 of them, have them terrified, they have to take leadership checks now and count everybody as having fear. So they've got a good chance of just running straight away against things. Puppet Master, unrated. Mental Fortitude, unrated. You're all going to be fearless, or Leadership 10. Dominate, don't rate it. So from all them, Biomancy rated a lot, Telepathy rated by half, and Pyromancy rated by half, and Telepathy not rated. Please do tell me what you think. I have never played 1,000 Suns before, so I'm sorry if this isn't the greatest of videos. Stick a comment on, tell me what you think about it. Nice little tactics you use for your Tzeentch, and thank you for listening.